Did you know that a senior gentleman passed away peacefully during his slumber recently? His loved ones were utterly shocked. He had seemed perfectly fine just hours before. No significant health concerns, just an ordinary evening like countless others before it. But by morning, he never opened his eyes again. What caused this? Could something have prevented this tragedy? The reality is that after reaching senior age, certain nighttime routines can quietly endanger your well-being, raising the likelihood of serious health events like cardiovascular incidents and even unexpected passing. The most troubling aspect? Most individuals remain completely unaware they're making these potentially harmful mistakes. In this guide, we're exploring essential nighttime practices that seniors should avoid. These seemingly innocent habits can profoundly impact your health and longevity. Some might surprise you, while others may be practices you've maintained for decades without a second thought. By the conclusion of this article, you'll possess the knowledge needed to safeguard yourself, enhance your sleep quality, and awaken feeling more vibrant and healthier each morning. Stay with me throughout this entire discussion because the final habit we'll examine is something most elderly individuals unknowingly practice every single night, potentially putting themselves in considerable danger. You'll also discover alternatives that promote safer, healthier sleep. Let's begin our exploration. Consuming heavy meals. Late in the evening, one of the most prevalent yet hazardous bedtime habits for seniors is enjoying substantial meals too close to bedtime. You might consider it harmless. Perhaps you've done it for years without apparent consequences. However, as we advance in age, our bodies process nutrients differently than they once did. What and when you eat before sleep can substantially influence your sleep quality, cardiac health, and even your vulnerability to unexpected nighttime complications. Consider this. In your younger years, you could likely consume a large dinner shortly before bed without issues. But now, as a senior, your metabolism has slowed, your digestive system operates less efficiently, and your body requires more time to process food. This can trigger acid reflux, disrupt sleep patterns, and even increase blood pressure, all linked to greater risk of cardiac events during slumber. If you've ever awakened during the night experiencing heartburn, discomfort, or an elevated heart rate, your late evening eating habits may be responsible. Here's what happens when you consume a large meal right before retiring. Rather than focusing on deep, restorative sleep, your body remains busy digesting. Your stomach produces acid, your intestines work overtime, and your heart rate remains elevated when it should be decreasing. This creates a cascade effect, keeping you in a lighter, more restless sleep state and increasing the chances of sudden cardiovascular events. For example, imagine enjoying a late-night meal, perhaps a rich pasta dish or a greasy sandwich just before turning in. You might feel satisfied, but as you recline, your body struggles to contain stomach acid in its proper place. It may rise into your esophagus, causing discomfort, coughing, or even choking sensations that startle you awake. Over time, chronic acid reflux can weaken the muscles in your throat and airway, raising the risk of aspiration pneumonia, a serious lung infection particularly dangerous for seniors. Even worse, late-night eating can contribute to blood sugar spikes. If you have diabetes or are predisposed to it, this habit can cause glucose imbalances, making regulation during sleep more difficult. Research indicates that older adults who regularly eat late at night face higher odds of developing metabolic disorders contributing to heart disease. What should you do instead? Try finishing your final meal several hours before bedtime. This allows your body adequate time to digest properly before lying down. If you need a snack before bed, choose something light and easily digestible like a handful of nuts, a small piece of fruit, or a cup of warm herbal tea. These options can actually promote better sleep without placing unnecessary strain on your digestive system. Remember, your body functions differently now than it did decades ago. By making this simple adjustment to your eating schedule, You can significantly reduce your risk of nighttime health issues, improve sleep quality, and give your body the rest it truly needs. Excessive fluid intake. Before bedtime, many believe staying well hydrated is always beneficial, and while generally true, consuming too much liquid, especially before bedtime, can actually be harmful as you age. If you frequently find yourself waking multiple times during the night to use the bathroom, it might be time to reconsider your evening fluid intake. Disrupted sleep isn't the only concern. This habit can also increase fall risks, heart issues, and even cognitive decline over time. Here's why it matters. As you age, your bladder naturally becomes less efficient at holding urine for extended periods. The muscles weaken, your kidneys continue filtering fluids at night, and your body becomes more sensitive to even small amounts of liquid. This means that drinking a large glass of water, tea, or juice before bed makes you much more likely to wake during the night with an urgent need to visit the bathroom. While this may seem like a minor inconvenience, the consequences can be far more serious than you might imagine. Picture this scenario. It's the middle of the night and you suddenly wake with a full bladder. You attempt to get out of bed quickly, but your blood pressure hasn't had time to adjust. This can lead to postural hypotension, a sudden drop in blood pressure when standing, causing dizziness, lightheadedness, and even fainting. Many seniors experience this without realizing it, and unfortunately, it's among the most common causes of dangerous nighttime falls. A simple bathroom trip can transform into a life-threatening accident resulting in fractures, head injuries, or worse. Beyond falls, frequent nighttime urination, nocturia, can seriously disrupt your sleep cycle. Each time you wake and turn on the light, your brain is tricked into thinking it's morning. This disrupts natural melatonin production, the hormone responsible for deep, restorative sleep. Over time, poor sleep quality can weaken your immune system, raise blood pressure, and even accelerate cognitive decline. Studies show that seniors who frequently wake at night have higher risks of developing memory-related conditions due to long-term sleep disruption. But hydration remains important. So what's the best solution? Instead of eliminating fluids entirely, try adjusting your intake schedule. Consume the majority of your fluids earlier in the day and gradually reduce by late afternoon. If you feel thirsty in the evening, take small sips rather than drinking a full glass. If you enjoy caffeinated beverages like coffee or tea in the afternoon, remember that caffeine acts as a diuretic, increasing urine production and exacerbating the problem. Another tip: pay attention to hidden liquid sources in your diet. Soups, fruits with high water content, and even some medications can contribute to fluid retention and increase your likelihood of nighttime waking. By making small but intentional adjustments, you can dramatically improve sleep quality, reduce nighttime fall risks, and support overall long-term health. Sleeping in overly warm environments, a cozy warm bedroom might sound inviting, but for seniors, keeping your room too warm at night can silently endanger your health. Many older adults make the mistake of increasing the thermostat or bundling in heavy blankets, believing it will improve sleep. However, sleeping in an overly warm room can actually increase risk of heart problems, dehydration, and poor sleep. Quality without your awareness. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at regulating temperature. The ability to sweat and release heat declines, making it easier for body temperature to rise excessively, especially during sleep. When your body overheats, your heart must work harder to cool you down, placing unnecessary strain on your cardiovascular system. This can be particularly dangerous for seniors with heart conditions, high blood pressure, or circulation issues. Consider this. Have you ever awakened feeling sweaty, restless, or slightly breathless during the night? That's your body struggling to regulate heat. Research indicates that sleeping in a warm room increases dehydration risk, even if you don't feel thirsty. Mild nighttime dehydration can cause blood to thicken, raising the likelihood of clots, heart attacks, and strokes, particularly in older Adults. Let's consider an example. Imagine someone like William, a retired teacher who enjoys reading in bed before sleeping. He keeps his bedroom at a comfortable warm temperature and uses thick blankets to stay cozy. But night after night, he finds himself tossing and turning, waking drenched in sweat and feeling groggy the next morning. What William doesn't realize is that his warm sleeping environment disrupts his natural sleep cycle, preventing him from reaching the deep, restorative sleep stages necessary for optimal health. A cooler room promotes better sleep by encouraging the body to naturally lower its core temperature, an essential process for deep sleep that helps with memory consolidation, immune function, and overall longevity. Seniors who consistently sleep in cooler environments report waking feeling more refreshed, energized, and mentally sharp. What's the ideal sleeping temperature? Experts recommend keeping bedrooms moderately cool for optimal sleep quality. If that feels too cold, try layering with breathable cotton blankets instead of heavy synthetic ones that trap heat. Wearing light, moisture-wicking sleepwear can also help regulate body temperature throughout the night. Another simple approach: open a window for fresh air or use a small fan for air circulation. This not only helps with cooling but also improves air quality, reducing respiratory issues that can disturb sleep. Making this small adjustment to your sleep environment can powerfully impact overall health by reducing cardiovascular strain, promoting deeper sleep, and helping you wake better rested without overheating dangers. Improper sleeping position. Most people rarely consider their sleeping position, assuming that comfort is the only criterion. However, for seniors, sleep positioning can significantly impact health in ways you might not realize. Incorrect sleeping positions can lead to breathing difficulties, poor circulation, and even increase the risk of heart failure or stroke. Yet many older adults unknowingly sleep in ways that place unnecessary strain on their bodies every night. Here's why it matters. As you age, your body naturally experiences changes in muscle tone, lung function, and circulation. Lying in the wrong position for hours can restrict airflow, reduce oxygen levels, and pressure key blood vessels, making bodily functions more difficult during sleep. Over time, this contributes to issues ranging from snoring and sleep apnea to more serious conditions like nighttime heart strain. For instance, sleeping flat on your back might seem comfortable, but for many seniors, it's actually among the riskiest positions. When lying on your back, gravity causes your tongue and throat tissues to relax and fall backward, partially blocking your airway. This can lead to obstructive sleep apnea, a condition where breathing repeatedly stops and starts during sleep. Many people remain unaware they have it, but it significantly increases risk of heart disease, high blood pressure, and even sudden cardiac events. Consider someone like Thomas, a retired accountant who always slept on his back. His wife noticed he would occasionally stop breathing momentarily at night before gasping for air. Initially, he dismissed it as normal, aging. But eventually, he began waking exhausted, with headaches and daytime concentration problems. When he finally consulted his physician, he learned his sleeping position contributed to undiagnosed sleep apnea, straining his heart nightly. Even without sleep apnea, improper positioning affects circulation. Sleeping on your right side, studies suggest, places extra pressure on the heart, making efficient blood circulation more difficult. This particularly concerns seniors with heart conditions, as it can contribute to fluid buildup in lungs and legs, potentially leading to congestive heart failure over time. So what's the best sleeping position for seniors? Experts often recommend sleeping on your left side when possible. This position improves circulation, allows more efficient heart pumping, and even aids digestion. For those prone to acid reflux or heartburn, left side sleeping can prevent stomach acid from rising into the throat, reducing discomfort and improving sleep quality. If maintaining side sleeping proves difficult, try using a body pillow to prevent rolling onto your back. Slightly elevating your head with a supportive pillow can help keep airways open and reduce breathing disruptions. If you experience joint pain or stiffness, placing a pillow between your knees helps maintain spinal alignment and reduces lower back pressure. This simple adjustment to sleeping position can profoundly impact overall health by ensuring optimal positioning for circulation, breathing, and heart function, reducing nighttime health complication risks and helping you wake more refreshed and energized. Final thoughts. We've examined several bedtime habits that might seem harmless but can actually endanger senior health, from eating too late to excessive, evening fluid intake, from overheated sleeping environments to improper sleep positioning. Each can silently impact heart function, sleep quality, and overall well-being. The good news, these risks aren't inevitable. By making modest adjustments to your nighttime routine, you can improve sleep, lower serious health risks, and wake feeling stronger each morning. Take a moment to reflect. Which habits do you recognize in your own routine? Do you frequently wake during the night? Have you felt restless or overheated while sleeping? Perhaps you've been back sleeping for years without realizing the impact. Whatever your situation, awareness is key. Once you recognize potential problems, you can address them. Here's my suggestion. Tonight, pay attention to your bedtime habits. Try adjusting just one practice and observe how it affects your sleep. Perhaps serve your evening meal earlier, lower your bedroom temperature, or try sleeping on your left side. Even one small change can make significant differences over time. Thank you for joining this discussion. We'd love hearing from you. Share something you learned today and how you plan to apply it. Your thoughts matter greatly to us, so please share them freely. Your engagement motivates and encourages us to continue providing valuable information to support your well-being.